I am back. I'm back again. And this is breaking news. I'm sure you guys have heard about this. Meghan and Harry are going to be scrutinized and they are going to get their just desserts. So there's a new Bombshell TV show that is due to come out. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to come out, but I'm sure it's woven somewhere in this article. This article is by The Express, and pretty much it's going to be the undoing of all of their lies. My understanding is, and it's set to air tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled. I'm not sure where it's going to be aired, but they are going to be delving deep into the lies and false accusations that I personally feel they shared during that dreaded Oprah Winfrey interview. So I'm going to read this article for you guys, and then I'm going to give you my summary as to what I really think is going to happen. And I probably will delve into some of the comments. So, Meghan Markle and Harry set for more chaos with new Bombshell TV show, Family in Crisis. Meghan and Prince Harry are set for yet more chaos, which is a new Bombshell TV show set to air tomorrow, promising to serve up some groundbreaking insights into, we know, their lies. Meghan and Prince Harry will return to the spotlight tomorrow as their tell-all interview with Oprah Winfrey is analysed in a new 60-minute documentary. The programme, titled Meghan and Harry Recollections May Vary, promises to delve deep into the biggest real crisis in living memory. The programme, produced by Shearwater for Discovery Plus, will see a number of experts analyse key moments from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's interview. And I'm just going to pause there. Shearwater for Discovery Plus. Who are these people? Who put them up to this? And why is this happening? I feel like this analysis could have been commissioned by Meghan and Harry themselves to drag this whole thing out a lot further and a lot longer. We know that when they dropped this interview, it was very humiliating and very embarrassing for the royal firm, especially the accusations that Meghan Markle made about comments regarding baby Archie's skin tone and comments regarding who made who cry. She was definitely desperate to disparage any of the hardships that Kate Middleton experienced when she joined the royal firm. She talked about the whole Waity Katie thing, and she said that it's nothing in comparison to what she experienced because she is a victim of racism, and racism is far, far worse than being mocked and jibed by the media. But the thing that she also forgets is that she really struggled with the media going in on her relationship with her dad and her fractured relationship with her family. That's really what she sued the Mail online and Mail on Sunday over, and the Sun newspaper publication over. It was about them printing that humiliating fractured relationship with her dad, the letter that she tried to write to her dad, or she intended to only send to her dad. She was upset about that. It wasn't really about the whole racism, the race relation thing that she sued over, because it was very hard to prove that Meghan Markle was directly a victim of racism. She was more a victim of major mockery and, humor. The reality of it is that her relationship with her family was a joke and perceived as a joke, and her dad constantly coming on TV every 5 minutes talking about how she hasn't called him, how she hasn't contacted him, was perceived as very hilarious. I mean, this woman was meant to be prestigious, she was meant to be royal, she was meant to be refined. We were confused as to why Harry had chosen someone from such a dysfunctional background, and that's when the media really started having a field day with her. But she tried to talk about racism, and she compared what Kate went through in the media, being called Waity Katie, to the racism that she felt she experienced from the media. And everything was rooted back to racism, but really it wasn't. It was all about your dysfunctional background and your dysfunctional behaviour. That's my personal perception anyway. So I'm going to continue on here with the article. Shearwater said, no topic is off limits, and said experts will also examine Meghan and Harry's previous public appearances, including the notorious Tom Brady interview from 2019. In a dramatic 30-second trailer for the documentary, an expert starts by saying, "What we have got is a family in crisis." Now our experts have their say on the biggest royal crisis in living memory. The documentary will feature body language expert Dr. Cliff Landsey, Professor of Linguistics, Dawn Archer, and forensic psychologist Kerry Danes. The trio will scrutinise parts of the Oprah interview and unpick the couple's speech, tone of voice, movements and expressions frame by frame, which is going to make for interesting watching. We know that in part this has already been done by Judy James. She always does a segment for the Daily Mail and analyses and breaks down their body language. But it's also going to be very interesting to see this lady, Kerry Danes, a forensic psychologist, really explore the truth and validity of their claims. Meghan Markle looked like a liar to me. She looked like she was fabricating a lot of her frustrations, and she looks very jealous and calculated. Her eyes were sparkling when she talked about Kate and what Kate had allegedly done to her. It was unnecessary because it was such a minute part of them stepping down. Kate having a discrepancy with her about the Flower Girls tights or their dresses or their flowers or whatever it was not the main foundation for Harry and Meghan stepping down and deciding that they just can't be asked with serving the British royal public or their royal duties. There was a whole discrepancy about how much money they spent at Frogmore Cottage, their usage of private planes all summer. A lot of things that they done to hash up the job was the very reason as to why they really stepped down. It had nothing to do with Kate, but because she's so jealous, and it really manifested in that interview, her fixation. She didn't even care about exploring her relationship with her father or the justification as to why she cut her dad off. It was all about Kate done this and Kate done that, and then insinuating that one senior member of the royal family had allegedly queried as to what colour they think baby Archie will be, which of course would have been, I think it was a joking, running, passing comment. I don't think it was said in an offensive way because they didn't really substantiate in what context it was said. I know as a person of colour who experiences racism or who has experienced racism in my past, I know what racism looks like, and it's more direct than that. I wouldn't deem that as automatic racism. If I was, like I said, having a biracial child, I've said this in previous videos, if I was going to be having a biracial child, I wouldn't automatically think, oh, someone's being racist because they're speculating with me as to what colour or how dark they think my baby's gonna be, because of course I don't know, they don't know, and it's exciting, right? You know, you don't know. And when you have a biracial child, it could come out in any which way. It could come out looking more white, it could come out looking more black, it could come out with dead straight hair, it could come out with an afro, and that's all a part of the guessing game. It's like if someone who has blue eyes goes with someone who has brown eyes, maybe the baby could come out with blue eyes. That could be a conversation. Does that automatically make the person anti people who have blue eyes or anti people who have brown eyes because they're saying, well, you know, do you think that the baby's just gonna have brown eyes because that's the more dominant gene? That's the context in which I think that the comment was made. I've gone on a bit here, so I'm going to get back to the article to wrap it up. The trio will scrutinise parts of the interview frame by frame. The experts will also analyse the claims made by Meghan and Harry, including their allegations of racism in the royal family and the Duke's strained relationship with his family. Claire Laycock, SVP, Planning and Head of Content, Lifestyle and Entertainment, said, in one of our most ambitious investigative specials to date, the royal interview that divided the world is going under the microscope. With Shearwater at the helm, Meghan and Harry, recollections may vary, promises to serve up some groundbreaking insights that may finally put to bed questions around the claims that made headlines. Tune in to find out. Shearwater Media Executive Producer Steve Anderson said, this is a new and very different way to dissect the interview of the year. What is revealed by facial expressions, physical gestures, and patterns of speech? The answers are very fascinating. The title of the program uses a phrase used in Buckingham Palace's official response to the interview. More than a day after the program aired, a statement was issued on behalf of the Queen and read, "The whole family is saddened to learn the full extent of how challenging the last few years have been for Harry and Meghan. The issues raised, particularly that of race, are concerning. While some recollections may vary, they are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately. Harry, Meghan and Archie will always be much loved family members." Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah aired at the start of March and sent shockwaves around the world. The couple accused an unnamed member of the royal family of racism, something Prince William later furiously denied. Meghan also opened up about her mental health struggles and a real low point when she was pregnant with Archie. The Duchess also claimed the royal family did little to support her when she felt down and refused her mental health or any medical treatment, which is just, it's a diabolical claim, isn't it? And it's very hard to believe. This article has had over 600 comments, so people are really talking about this naturally. I'm probably not going to get into them. I probably will do an analysis in another video. But with all that being said, I am really excited about this, and I really think that they need to be brought to some kind of justice. So I will be back with another video. Bye, guys.